Hey guys, welcome back. It's Cosmic. Today we're trying a Duna mission for the first time. Um, so yeah, I'm just building the rover. I decided to go for like a truck type build type thing. This time, like I made a rover before, God. Uh, but because I did the Mun mission last time, and I did it with the plane. And I wanted to do a tiny plane again, but I thought that would just be repetitive of doing the same thing, so I tried to do a rover. And there will be some issues you'll see later in the video. But yeah, right now I'm just building the rover. What I should have done is I should have put like a little crew cabin in the back for like the little Kerbinauts to sleep in. But I didn't. I like to imagine though. I was thinking about that after I landed on Duna. I was like, wow, I'm not gonna get them back. Um, I like to imagine though, since there's so much space in that little truck cab, that maybe there's like a few little like I don't know beds or something in there in food storage, so they're not just stranded on Duna for probably years on end. Uh, yeah. So I did that instead. No, I like to think that. Um, so yeah, I put little solar panels on top because it's a rover. It's gonna be a. I was trying to find a good spot for the communications antenna because I want to have an antenna on there because it's Duna. It's pretty far away at times. Probably I'm not sure if it does anything like to actually help the like communication strength. But yeah, here I was really disappointed. These get glitched out later in the video, but I really liked those little the little brake lights, the little orange hazard lights to let you know that the back of the rover's there. But yeah, they end up glitching out later in the video. Here I'm trying to come up with a way to make the fairing around the rover, but I really dislike the fairings in the in KSP 2. The clicking was fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. They changed it, and it sucks because now they're so hard to work with. It kept saying that I had like a invalid part blocking the fairing, but I checked multiple times to make sure that there's not. You can see I was doing it there, and it was perfectly fine. I don't know if it's because the little mobility enhancer ladder, if that like comes out or something, and it was getting mad at that. But like if like a part extends like to its full length and isn't retracted, I wonder if the fairing takes that into account. But yeah, I ended up just ditching it entirely. So I went on to working on the parachutes, and I just put a crap ton of parachutes on because Duna has a very thin atmosphere, just like our Mars in real life. But I decided to go for I didn't want to use the Mammoth. I think it's the Mammoth engine. I can't remember if it's the Mammoth or Mastodon. I think it's the Mammoth. I decided to go with the Mammoth or the Rhino engine instead of the Mammoth engine because the Mammoth engine takes up like a lot of fuel and stuff, and I feel like the Rhino will just be more precise because I expected to do all my burning with these hydrogen tanks. I don't. Hydrogen in this game, as uh, the nuclear engines don't take just standard liquid fuel anymore, and you need hydrogen, and hydrogen isn't as dense as liquid fuel in this game. So yeah, there's not much delta V in those, just barely enough to get out of orbit. Actually, you'll see. Uh, So yeah, I'm just putting on the boosters now. There's this really weird glitch that keeps happening to me. I don't know if you guys get it too. If whoever of you who play KSP, you can see I'm fixing it right now. The struts, when I strut stuff up, sometimes they'll just delete, but the actual strut base will be there, and I have to replace it, and it's really weird. Just cleaning up the staging system and everything. I decided to call it the Duna Rover, and I misspelled Duna on purpose. It was on purpose. Before you all get mad at me, I misspelled Duna on purpose. So yeah, here I'm just going through testing of the rocket. Testing. I was actually trying to go for orbit, but as you'll see, it doesn't work too good. Yeah. As I start to nose over, do my gravity turn, I cannot stop. Cause like the air's like really, I don't know, it feels more, it's not as, what's the word? It's not as viscous, I guess, as KSP1. Yeah, like my rockets kept, in KSP1, I'd put like, I would just have the vector engines and those would do like everything for me. Or any gimbal really, because it was smooth. But yeah, no, in KSP2 you absolutely need to have those wings. But I had a mistake there. I forgot to put the I forgot to stage correctly. And I decided to put a few more Kerbals in other than Stranding Bev. So we got, I don't remember the other names. I just remember one of them's called Donkey Kerman. Yeah, Donkey Kerman, Sunfray Kerman, and Midgar Kerman. That's descaled, so I can't really read it as good as you guys can, because it's descaled for me. So, yeah, no, the rocket didn't like wobble and shake apart this time. Obviously, you can see it's wobbling a little bit, but struts are fixing that a lot. And then this happened a lot where the rocket would just nose over to the side, and I wouldn't be able to recover it. And I was gonna try to test the parachutes here, but I realized it would be over water and it would be pointless. So yeah, so I'm trying to launch again. This time I'm trying to go for a Duna transfer window, because as all of you have probably heard from Matt Lown, if you draw a line from Kerbin to Kerbal to Duna, the angle that line should form is about 45 degrees. There's no tool in KSP2 to do it yet, so I had to eyeball it, and it's good enough. Good enough to where I didn't even have to like, I set Duna as my target, but I didn't use like any maneuver nose or anything to do it. So yeah, is me trying to fix my mistakes, and I think after this is the final launch that I do. So I just added monopropellant, moved it over slightly because I realized the weight of the rover is probably messing it up a lot. So I tried to make it more center, and I have to restrut everything because that strut glitch I told you guys about. And for some reason that came off entirely. Then when I put it back on, when I went on dual symmetry mode, like that you see down there, it didn't do both the SRBs, so I had to just do them separately. So yeah, I just end up putting a bunch of RCS thrusters and monopropellant and stuff. And here I'm going for that Duna transfer window again, which, yeah, blah blah blah, 45 degrees. And here's the final launch, and I'll let you guys hear that. listen to the sound of those rocket engines. It's so cool, man. They sound so realistic. But yeah, I really like trying to angle the camera down so you can see the like smoke come at you and stuff. But yeah, you can see the rocket engine and the sun flare through the smoke. So hopefully that's a visual bug that'll get fixed later on, because I really think it's worked in the past, me putting that there. So, and it looks so cool when I do it. So yeah, hopefully that gets fixed sometime. Yeah, just speed up the footage a little bit here. So yeah, this is the final launch, and things don't go entirely according to plan from here on out. The Kraken decided to give me a really tough time around Duna. So yeah, you'll see that later on. So I'm just burning up. I'm getting really worried because I'm starting to think that I don't have enough Delta V. And granted, I didn't do everything as efficiently as I could have. I'm not the best at this game. Like, yeah. But I make it in the end. That's what matters, right? So yeah, the monopropellant and adding moving the rover over to the side a bit really helped me get out of into orbit, instead of just nosing over constantly and destroying the rocket and all that. So yeah, I right here I look back at the KSC, and have you seen those glitches where like the KSC follows you to orbit and stuff? You can definitely tell the that like the outline of the part of the KSC that follows you to orbit. It's interesting. So yeah, here's probably my first mistake. I didn't pack enough Delta V to get into orbit as efficiently as I could have, and I had to use my swerve engine, the massive 5-engine hydrogen engine, to get to orbit. And yeah, these things aren't that powerful. I'm starting to worry that I'm not going to make it to orbit. Because I mean, I'm pretty much at my apoapsis, and raising it just won't be. Yeah. But I decided to nose up anyways, and it's gonna waste a lot of Delta V. But I mean, at least I'm making it to orbit. I really need to get better with just like actually making a good like orbit and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? You know how like I always like, I guess I only have a couple videos on KSP too. How I like go up and then I start like frantically trying to correct my trajectory, and it's just all over the place and everything. Yeah, I need to get better at not doing that. Just going up, burning, and then pointing down to do all that good, super crazy, awesome stuff. But I'm getting better at the game. It's definitely an improvement to where I was in KSP 1. You've seen my videos on KSP 1, and I actually edit videos now. Back then I would just go live or record myself and just post the entire thing. I wouldn't edit it at all. I would just leave it there, and obviously didn't get many views. But now that I'm editing stuff, everything's getting like a lot more views. Well, here, I'm gonna go YouTube analytics really quick. In the past 28 days, in the past month, my channel got 182 or 122 views. 822 views. There we go. Which is a lot more than I usually get. I mean, in the past 2 days. Here, actually, let's go. Um, on my Munplane video, it's gotten, let's see. Yeah, my Munplane video has 106 views right now, which is much better compared to the 9 to 20 average I get. That average is wrong. I usually get like 3 or 4. The fist fighting the Kraken one got 229. And yeah, everything else, if I go into my content, let's see. Let's go past my unlisted. 24, 15, 5, 22, 9, 44. There's one where I just post the Waltza. That one, that got 248 views, but that's just because I posted it everywhere and all my friends shared it and stuff. Von campaign, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's usually like not much. My songs get a little more than the other stuff. And oh crap, I'm not even paying attention. Yeah, the KSC followed me to orbit. This needy little KSC, always wanting to come with me everywhere I go. And I really didn't know what to do. I mean, it was kind of cool, but I just decided to do a quick save. And the quick save, it didn't work at all. Sorry for the blocky video, by the way. I needed OBS. I don't know if it's something with my settings, but OBS is really iffy with me right now. I don't know why. But yeah, here I just decided to screw it, and maybe the KSC will stay behind, so I just start burning Retrograde. Circularizing myself around Duna, and I'm at a very I'm not on Duna's, what is it, equator at all. It's very bad thing, and the KSC does not appear to be going anywhere. So I decided, screw it, maybe it'll just come down and it'll disappear eventually when I land. And I go through it there. This is kind of funky. The KSC, this needy little guy, caused so many issues. The epilepsy warning, look away if you're epileptic, or something like that. I don't know. The KSC is just so buggy. I really forgot about the epilepsy thing. So yeah, I just decided screw it, and I start burning Retrograde, because it can't be an issue, right? Right? It was a massive issue. So once I run out of fuel, I decouple that, and I thought that going through the KSC earlier, I wouldn't do it again, but for some reason it has collisions. I don't know why. It destroyed one of my parachutes and solar panels, and then it just keeps teleporting under me, and I fall to it again. I can't, like... Yeah, it's really buggy. I love this music around Duna. I wish I could have kept it in the whole video, but I honestly probably could have just found it somewhere and put it in, but no, yeah, I like it a lot. But yeah, here I'm just tumbling down the Kerbal Space Center, or Kraken Space Center, as it is now, you see. So yeah, it's just really weird bug. That's gonna be one of the first things they fix in the next patch. I looked at Nate's notes on the forums, because this is a horrible, horrible bug. Cost me probably an hour, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour of my life trying to figure out what to do and just trying to fix stuff. And I just keep tumbling down the KSC and destroying more and more parts of my rover. I tried looking it up, but there's not really a like good fix online, because I mean, if I looked any harder I probably could have found one. But yeah, so the reason I needed to look it up is because right here, somewhere around here, I crashed into it again and it destroyed my engine. So I reloaded my quick save and it does it again. Yeah, I thought like, okay, I'll get an encounter with Ike and it'll be good and all that. No, did it again. So, or no, I didn't do it again. That was just a quick save. So yeah, I try going back and it follows me. Epilepsy warning. So it follows me and I crash into the KSC. My little comet following me everywhere I go. I try loading all these different quick saves. Pretty much every one of my quick saves. And in every single one, it's there. Without fail. I don't know what I was doing here. I was probably looking... Yeah, that's where I was looking it up. It follows me wherever I go without fail. Even when I just went to the KSC menu, it was there. Just haunting me. So yeah. I decided to just exit to desktop and open it. I opened it through files because it was right there. Might as well. So yeah, loaded it, and there you go. That's how you fix the Kraken Space Center following you everywhere you go. Just create a quick save, exit the game, and load back into that save. I don't know if loading through the executable file has any effect, but here I am obviously about to land, and there you go. Those taillights that I loved so much are bugged out, and there's no fixing them. And I'll probably when colonies come out, if I still have the save, I'll probably build a colony and keep this as a museum piece if it's still alive. And I might actually start building a pseudo colony around it right now. Not right now. Well, like soon. I might build like a pseudo colony and build like little huts and stuff like you would in KSP 1. Here we go. I'm landing the rover on Duna, and can't really see where I'm gonna land, but I come in pretty hot at 14 meters per second, and I tumble, but everything's fine. I love those little tire squeaks. They're so awesome. It doesn't really fit right now on the sands of Duna, but yeah, and then I just start rolling forward because Duna has a very, very weak gravitational pull. But yeah, I am finally able to stop it. No, I thought I did. I did for a second, I guess. So I just turn all the braking power up and I end up stopping it. So I can time warp to day so you guys can see better, because it's a blocky mess right now, even for me rewatching it. Here we are, my very, very first Duna landing. Even on KSP 1, I didn't do a Duna landing. In this lane of sand, this dune of sand, Duna. So yeah, I EVA, Donkey Kerman, and Kraken strikes again. I don't know if it was because I landed on my wheel or something, but it destroys that part of my rover, the antenna, and I kind of need that. Um, so I just load a quick save before I landed. I should have created one when I landed, but this was actually way before. Wow. So yeah, I just decided to do a very um hot um entrance since heating um there's no reentry heating right now or any heating whatsoever. I landed on Kerbal. I didn't land on it, but I went in Kerbal um the other day by myself. It was pretty fun, and it sent me light years out of the Kerbal system. But yeah, here we go. I'm reattempting the landing with my massive amounts of parachutes that you can see so clearly in this blocky mess. Haha. um, Wondering why I'm spinning out of control here. It's because I had SAS on the reverse. Blah blah blah. Yeah. That. Listen to that sped. Oh, okay, it's gone. I was gonna say listen to the sped up audio, but there we are. My taillights are messed up again. Ah, I'm so upset about that. I was proud of those. They look so cool. Um, yeah. Here we are. It's a nicer landing. I realize how much authority I have over this entire thing. Um, like I can point it any direction because the wheels on it, and it's awesome. Like I can even spin it sideways. Like it'll obviously nose up a little bit, but I mean I can spin it sideways. That's pretty cool. It's not just rotating it backwards and forwards. So yeah, another hot touchdown at 15 meters, 16 meters per second, and I bounce a bit, and I end up destroying one of my parachutes. But it's all fine. And listen to those little crash sounds. The sound design of this game is immaculate. If I'm being honest, it's incredible. But yeah, I couldn't stop the rover again because Duna has a very low gravitational pull because it's a very small planet. Um, I believe it's just a little bigger, like halfway between the size of the Mun and the size of Kerbin, somewhere in that range. Same with Mars and Moon and Earth, somewhere there, like halfway between those sizes if you were to average them. So yeah, I finally am able to stop it, and I decide to try to go to a better spot. This thing like drifts, by the way, and I can't make it up, so I end up sliding back again. But like, man, they should make a new Tokyo Drift movie out of this, except it's just Duna Drift. Yeah, Fast and Furious, Duna Drift. Next movie, they're bringing it back. um, and that gives them a reason to. But yeah, here we are, daytime, and I am landed on Duna pretty much safely. Um, really trying to be careful right here, trying to get out because I don't want to do that weird tire suspension bug again. Um, yeah, just drop her, I believe. I don't. It's hard to tell with this Kerbal, but I dropped Donkey off and um Duna plant my flag, the Duna Rover, which that's just gonna be where I put it as the landing site. Wow, first Duna mission is what I put on the plaque. And here we are, our little Kerbal pulling it out, planting our toothpick into the ground. It really does look like a toothpick when it's like when the flag part hasn't come out, doesn't it? It's just that telescoping in thing. So I try to get the rest. And for some reason, when I landed on the tire this time, it didn't, like, bug out to oblivion. Yeah, look how that is a massive, massive rover. There's got to be room for them to sleep in there somewhere, you know? Like some beds somewhere. There's got to be. And, yeah. Getting all my Kerbals out. And then the rover was like slightly drifting over. It keeps doing it for some reason. Can't really see it very well right now. But once I'm like stopped and stuff, you'll see it pretty well. And I have no idea what that Kerbal was doing right there. Don't mind it, okay? So yeah, you can kind of see now it's drifting a little bit, ever so slightly towards us. And here's the thumbnail video. That's right, Ike is not in the actual background. I photoshopped that in very poorly. You can see it's clear as day. But I'm proud of it. I mean, it's not clickbait. It's just, yeah, that doesn't count as clickbait, right? It's just me photoshopping in a fake moon. I noticed this while editing this video. Ike has the same name as Ike from South Park. Ike. God. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the last name. Like Brofkowski or something, I think. I think there's an L in there, actually. I don't know. But yeah, Ike and Ike. They're both really small. So yeah, Ike and Ike, like Mike and Ike. I want some Mike and Ikes right now. Mike and Ikes would be amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah. For some reason, the EVA jetpacks worked on the first Kerbal, but not on any other. So I had to just kind of leap into the truck cab. And I really should have put like some sort of, at least boxed it up so I could have pretended that was that back piece was like living quarters or something. It is doing absolutely nothing except surface area for the solar panels. But yeah, here I decide to commit to the sands of Duna and rally this little rover. And like I said, Duna Drift, new Fast and Furious movie. I'll be directing it. Starring Jebediah Kerman, Bill, Bob, and Valentina Kerman, and introducing Tim C. Kerman. That's the official cast, just those 5. This thing gets some air, by the way. It's, yeah. I shouldn't have rallied it as hard as I did, because, yeah, obvious reasons. And I busted the back of it, and it's all bad looking now. It's all open and stuff. I didn't break anything, but now the back's, like, the top piece is lifted up, and one of the parachutes are gone, and it's not like I'm gonna be using those parachutes anyways. Once, I'm guessing that, like, the engineer toolkit, whatever, will be coming out in one of the future updates. So yeah, here I'm just trying to flip the rover back over, because, yeah, I don't want it to be stuck like that anymore. Obviously, I wouldn't want to leave the video off with me, a rover, desperately fighting for its life to get back on its wheels. So I will fight tooth and nail to get this thing back up. It's weird how the tires clip into the ground like that. I would expect them to sort of, you know, lift the thing up. But that, apparently not, I guess. and I get it. Eventually, surprised the antenna didn't break off. Um, Bounce myself a little bit. All the landing gear in this game are so buggy and susceptible to Kraken attacks and stuff. So yeah, here's my official rallied, beat up Duna rover. Um, the official thing on my official channel. Some more. I'm gonna not use that word anymore because I don't know why. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, thank you for the feedback on the first video. You know who you are. That was very, very helpful. Um, Mr. Mac Lane, and there goes my video. I'll just restart it or something. Yeah, I'll pause it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll more Kerbal soon probably. Yeah, see ya.